from the desk of the commissioner.
And the finale for the regular season, Team HVS going to end with 4 points, taking on GVO 15-9, and most of the goals, literally more than half, have to do with this man. I'm here with Charlie Fertini. He had 5 goals, 2 assists. What was going right for you out there?
I think our box IQ kind of came out in that game. I think we did some things off the bench and out of the door that were a little bit quick, and we were able to find the head man and kind of really capitalize on some open goal shots.
You were finding some posts. I can certainly attest to. You were finding some real small spaces. What locked you into that?
I think it was just the fact that we had our rhythm with kind of a short bench was almost like a benefit that we were able to kind of play with the same 5 guys over and over and over and find a rhythm and really kind of find this opportunity.
Okay, so it all depends on this game. With 4 points, you guys are now passing. More dudes, you guys are out of the basement. If this team is defeated by the undefeated Cats, you guys are going to be taking on what looks like Hummingbirds next round. How do you feel?
We played them in the first week, I think, and it was a really close game. I think we won by 1, so always under 2 competition.
Well, sir, great game. Player of the week. Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate it.
Welcome TCBLL fans, presented by Chetty Chain. We are done with the regular season, and the Cats stay undefeated, and I'm standing next to 2 men who had a lot to do with it. They had a commanding victory over the Hummingbirds LC. Alan Singleton, 3 goals, 3 assists. What's going right for you?
You know, I think just every game we're building, getting better since our first game, and that's what we want to do. We want to be the best at the end of the season, going to the playoffs, and we're doing all the good things right. We got a transition down, offense and defense. Obviously, both with 3 goals. Sabu, great power at the end.
Absolutely, and of course we have the defensive transition guy right here, Sabu. Sabu, tell us what was going right in the back door, because holding such a high-powered offense, only 3 goals. Jacobson, 88% save percentage. But our commentators right here said it was a total defensive effort. What was going right?
Everyone was just doing their role, doing great drills. Locked up those hard basketball defense. Especially like push transitions, we have to guys that can carry all the way to head. That's why we're defensively good stuff throughout the day. We're also very physical. Like half the team always is from up
And I want to talk back to Alan here. Alan, you've been in the big games. You know what this feels like. You guys have to bye. You ended the regular season undefeated. You have a bye to the championship game, Rest versus Rust. How are you feeling about 2 weeks, standalone championship game on YouTube, 6:30?
Yeah, a little, with having to buy, it's a little bit of mixed feelings. You want to try and stay warm. You don't want to get the rest, so, keep the stick in the hands in the break. But we were just coming off, I think, a 3-week break for us. We had the regular season bye, whatever the last week was, and then the holiday break. So no stranger to that break. I think we'll be fine coming into the playoffs.
Well, gentlemen, good luck in the playoffs.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you.
And this is the TCBLL, presented by Chetty Chain.
Welcome, TCBLL fans, presented by Chetty Chain, to the desk of the commissioner. We just concluded the regular season, and what a shakeup we have. Team HVS going from 5 to 2nd, and they will take on the Hummingbirds next week. I am joined by my partner, as always, Kevin Rotota. Kev, how are we feeling this week? Big W over GVO.
Feel pretty good. Now, I've been accused of being a double agent. Love the guys over at GVO. But the dogs were out tonight, and HVS got the win. Felt really good.
Well, tell me about some of them dogs.
I'll tell you about some of the dogs. Charlie dog.
Charlie, really? He had 6 goals, 2 assists.
I mean, they kind of just, they let him cook, and when a chef's in the kitchen, He's going to cook.
Dan Rivy, 5 goals, 3 assists, off of a whole weekend up in Oneida playing in the Traditions Cup. That's impressive.
Yeah. Gritty defense, too. You know, ran by Hudson Valley's finest, Georgie. Get your stick strung by him. I mean, we were dogs on D when we had to be.
Yeah.
We let a few through, but great win. Love the guys over at GVO, but better luck next year, you know?
Well, I got to say, first things first, it comes down to goaltending. And GVO just wasn't great. Coming as the commissioner of this league and the goaltender for Good Vibes Only, comes down to radical accountability. I'm going to take all of that loss. I'm not putting any of that on the boys. That's 100% on me. Came out, didn't hold on my end of the bargain. The boys were doing what they needed to do. Tommy Bananas, 3 goals, 1 assist. Ian Clark, 2 goals, 2 assists. I got Juicy J.
We love Juicy J.
He's got 2 goals and 1 assist.
Love the kid.
So it really just comes down to listen. I'm going to take all of it on that one. You can't live in 15 goals and expect to chide anybody else, but. Listen, we feel good. We got the dudes next week.
You think they'll have more dudes or less dudes?
They're going to have more dudes, but we beat them in the shootout, and we're coming out there, and we're ready to win. So I think GVO is ready to rock. On to the late game. And coming off that Traditions Cup, we were just talking about Dan Rivy up there playing with the Hummingbirds, and those boys were gassed. You saw they just did not have their trademark speed. They had a rough one. They dropped to the Cats 11-3.
I don't know if you remember the prediction I had last week. It was very brief. It was very direct. Cats.
Yeah.
And when the birds are migrating, they're going to be tired when they get back to the nest. And that's what we saw tonight.
Yeah, Mark Jacobson standing on his head, though, for his part. The goaltender for the Cats. 23 saves, 3 goals against, 88% save percentage. When you got that type of backstop, all you need is a little Alan Singleton magic. 3 goals, 3 assists. His 3rd player of the week. Talk about a dude.
He's the 3rd. That's his 3rd, huh?
3rd player of the week. A record.
That's a record here at the TCBLL, no?
Presented by Chetty Chain.
Presented by Chetty Chain. I got to tell you, the goalies in this league, period. Every team's out there. Every team is a very talented goalie.
Well, we got some
really like
goalies.
The HVS goalie.
Mike had a absolutely spectacular game. Mark had a spectacular game. And when we look back outside of Alan Singleton, you got Tischler putting up 2 and 2, Luke Blanc 1 and 1, Brian Darrow, Pat Hoban 1 and 1. Spread it out, but at the end of the day, despite the efforts of Brian Kelly, John Kilcommons, and Dylan Donaldson, the Cats stay undefeated, and they have the break. They have the bye going into the playoffs.
It's like everything they it's almost amazing how that worked out. Mm-hmm. You got veteran team, some old legs out there, strong old legs. A week off it's going to be their godsend. You want to know my predictions? Who do they play next week?
They have a bye.
Who do they play the week after that?
The winner of the 2 and low-ranked playoff game.
Is that between us and the Birds?
So right now,
it's GVO and
it's going to be
GVO and
so
Birds.
Next week we are going to see the Good Vibes Only boys. They're going to take on more dudes in the 3-4 game, and in the early game we're going to see ranked number 2 team HVS taking on the Hummingbirds.
Correct.
That will determine playoff seeding, and everything's going to February 1st, standalone on YouTube. The championship game.
This league is spicing up, and I like every bit of it.
I'm very excited. We're going to have Stephen Fickett on color commentary. We just signed him today.
Signed today?
Yeah, thanks to that Chetty Chain money.
Wait till that sponsorship money comes rolling in, man.
Oh, we're waiting for the rest of it. We are open for sponsorship. Just because we have a title sponsor doesn't mean we're like to sell the wrap-up show. How about the player of the game? All of it is available to sell because we are willing to sell out. Kev,
I could be a Ryan.
yeah, what's your final thoughts on the week? Regular season's done.
This was
Everything in the
probably
playoffs.
one of my favorite weeks, mostly because my team won our game, and it was a good game for us. Our goalie stood on his head. It was incredible. I just think that the league's getting so good. It's getting better every week. Teams are really starting to gel. Playoffs are now around the corner. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Well, you got to follow us here on the TCBLL YouTube page, on Turf City Sports, on Instagram. Like, follow, and share from the desk of the commissioner. We'll see you next week.